Hi, so my name is Tiffany. This is my first video on YouTube, surprisingly, and unfortunately is about a rare skin condition called Hidradenitis Suppurativa. So I want to do a quick video to talk to you about 3 things I am learning living with this disease. A little history first. So I am a wife, I am a mother, I have 2 children. I was in the U.S. Army for 10.5 years. And that is where I had my first experience with HS. I had no idea what it was. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was acne. And HS is sometimes known as acne inversa. So I thought it was acne. I got something about the size of a big grape on my backside. And it was a very painful procedure. After about a week, I felt better. I never really had too many problems since then. A few here and there in like the groin area, sometimes in the armpits, but not too much. During my second pregnancy, I had one in a very private, sensitive area that my OB actually had to remedy in an emergency room setting. Very painful. Very, very painful. And after I had my son, probably when he was about 2 months old, that's when I started noticing I was getting some under my armpits, like very, very painful. So I went to urgent care and they drained one. About a month later, I got another one. I went to urgent care and the doctor did not want to treat me. She basically told me that, nah, I don't want to touch this. Nothing's going to come out of it. I really don't want to bother you. And I could not figure out, I'm like, this is urgent care. You all treat things like boils and stuff. Why don't you just drain it? Get the fluid out or whatever. Yeah. And let me go on about my business. Pack the thing. I've been through all this stuff before. Just do it. She didn't want to do it. It was at that moment I knew something was up. That this wasn't just a simple bad case of acne or a boil or rising, as they call it. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I needed to get a doctor who could treat me for this stuff, because it was starting to happen regularly. So I went to my primary care doctor. He sent me to a surgeon. The surgeon sent me to get CAT scans done. He was thinking it might have been breast cancer because of the location of them, pretty much under the armpits down towards this region. So everything came back negative. I didn't have any negative blood work or any positive blood work or anything. I had one surgeon tell me that I just needed to bathe with Hibiclens. I needed to stop shaving. I needed to wear no deodorant. And I'm like, yeah, I live in Florida, so you got to give me something else to work with. Although I did try that for about 3 or 4 months. It ain't pretty. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not pretty. And I wasn't too big on shaving anyway because I was having these issues. I would use like clippers to clean up the areas or whatever, but never razor blades. So I was like, no, it can't be that. It has to be something else. So finally, my dermatologist diagnosed me with HS, and he put me on Humira. Unfortunately, I have another condition. I think I was having a reaction to the Humira, or either I never should have been on Humira to begin with. I was awfully sick. Stomach pain. I thought I had ulcers. Didn't have ulcers. I had to get that procedure done. It wasn't ulcers, but I could not eat, could not drink hardly, couldn't keep anything in, couldn't keep anything down. Miserable. I stopped taking Humira. So that left very few long-term treatment options for me on the table. On a day-to-day basis, I'm either taking some type of pain medicine or some type of antibiotic. I am currently dealing with flare-ups under both arms right now. The left arm is the most recent victim. I will show you a little bit of scarring here up top. You might be able to see it. The lighting's not that great. But this is old scarring from December. And now it's June. And it's flared up pretty bad. Just a few weeks ago, I got this one drained. It was so bad, it spread all the way to my back. The doctor said he got out about 30 cc's worth of fluid. If you don't know how much that is, Google 30 cc's. And it will show you like little bottles, comparisons. That's a lot. Once that was relieved, within 2 days, this one started back. It's like they communicate HS, for me, I think I deal with more tunneling, where it's going through like the sinuses in the skin, in the tissue or whatever. And it's not just like little lumps, clear locations of lumps. It's like a mass. It just spreads, and it's not in one spot. It just covers a whole area. Like this one probably covered about a 3 or 4 inch space. It's just swelling and painfulness. Ooh, it was painful. So I got that done a couple weeks ago. Once they drained it, they got some of it out, but it's like it's churning underneath the skin. It's like it's always moving. They got some of it out within, I would say, 4 or 5 days. It was even worse. So I had to go to my surgeon, my general surgeon. He drained it in his office. He did a more aggressive in-office procedure, and it felt good for about a week. And so now I'm dealing with the whole area right now is inflamed, which is what prompted me to do this video. I'm like, I don't know too many people with this, and I would hate for there to be people out there dealing with this for the first time, all of a sudden, alone, nowhere to turn, don't know what to search for, and the things they do search for is like in your face, overwhelming, and terrifying. So anyway, 3 quick things that I'm learning about hidradenitis suppurativa. First thing is not much research. I've joined a few Facebook groups. These people have been dealing with this for many years, so I get some experiences, things from them, treatment, stories, things from them. It kind of gives me a little bit more to search for when I'm Googling things or talking to my dermatologist, asking him questions about. If you Google it now and you look up images, beware. That's all I'm going to tell you. You might be at level 10 and you're going to find pictures that are level 100 with this thing. And I'm just going to tell you, beware. There's no other way to put it. You're going to find mixed information about what causes them. Things from infected hair follicles to infected sweat glands to autoinflammatory disease to autoimmune disease. You're going to find a lot of different stuff, but nothing's really going to narrow it down, particularly for you. I mean, it's going to be a lot of information, but nothing concrete. Like a cold, you Google a cold, this is what it is, this is what's causing it, this is how you treat it, this is when you expect it to feel better. With HS, there is no known cure. Not only is there no known cure, there are no specific tests that can be done to say, oh yeah, you got HS. It's mainly hoping the doctor you're seeing identifies the symptoms. Second thing, not much research. Oh, I said that, not much research. Unexpected days of pain. Like right now, I should have been feeling better from this. Here it is a week later, I got inflamed arms, both of them, flare-ups. It's like they're in, like I said, communication with each other. One feel better, the other one starts up. So you got to expect to be in pain days out of the blue sometimes. I call them hot spots. I can start telling, okay, something's brewing under there. I can feel it. The skin will look fine, but deep down in there, there's something that doesn't feel right. And before you know it, you'll be dealing with just sensitivity and then swelling. The last thing, unfortunately, getting used to pain. Nobody wants to get used to chronic pain. I, for one, certainly do not. But I'm starting to get used to it, which is, again, a reason why I want to do this video. I'm going to do more videos to kind of share my journey, what I'm learning, what's happening, treatment, good days, bad days. Try not to gross you out. Try not to, rain on your parade or anything. But because there's such a small amount of good information out there for those of us dealing with this disease, I think it's helpful to hear people's story. So anyway, I'm not going to keep you much longer, but like I said, subscribe because I'm going to do more videos. If you have questions or you can relate, comment. Because I'm going to talk about a few other things that I think might be able to help, because they're things that I'm learning day by day that has helped me. So anyway, I look forward to sharing more about this with you. And again, if you have any questions, comment, don't forget to subscribe. Bye.